Okay, okay. This is the Erica James Show podcast, available on all platforms and available to watch on YouTube. I am here with the last guest of the first season of the Erica James Show podcast, the incredible, talented, gifted, the Womack Sisters. If you've been listening, yes, we've got them here. We've got Zakumba, we've got Zaymani and Kucha. They are just brilliant talent. They're part of a wonderful musical history. I've got stats here, guys. You know, they're part of one of the most prolific musical legacies. Their parents are Cecil and Linda Womack. Literally every Sunday morning, my mum would play Womack and Womack. She's just so excited that I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, every time I heard your music, I just swear your parents' music, and your late uncle, obviously Bobby Womack, and your grandfather was the incomparable Sam Cooke. What a blessing and what a privilege it is to sit and talk with you guys. So how are you guys doing today?
Oh my God, thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. It's very genuine. I just one of the most prolific music families. We talk about the Jacksons a lot, but also your family is just, you can hear the influence of generations of talent, So that brings me to your recent kind of things here. You've just released your new single, Blocked, which I've had on heavy rotation. What inspired you guys to release that song and to make that song?
Oh God, I
This
feel
lady
like
right here kicked it off. She's
really, it fortunately was a personal situation, and I feel like with technology, it's a great thing, but sometimes it can put us make us further away from people, and it's a way for people to kind of shut you down. And I think when you're in this particular situation, it was a personal situation, somebody that I was dating, and yeah, it was very disrespectful as far as communication wise,
Okay.
or taking days to get back to you,
Oh
just all
no, we can't have that.
exactly, just make
Block,
anyone.
block.
I feel like the only thing that can meet that is to block them. I feel like if somebody's showing you that they really don't respect, having communication with you and cherishing that, shut them out. And
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely. What a timely song. No, it's very true, and I've seen on social media that people are singing the song as well and interacting with it. So it definitely has that social
love.
drive.
It just makes us feel so good about everything that we're putting into the music.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
of course, because you guys have been doing this for a very, very long time, and I know that you've done shows here in the UK as well. So, how do you feel being that, yes, you have that legacy of musicianship in your bloodline, but you also come out to do your own thing. How did you find actually because you don't rely on that, and that's what I love so much about you guys is that your vocals are impeccable, your writing is exquisite. How do you feel? Do you feel that sense of pressure that through your bloodline you're heavily compared, or do you feel a sense of empowerment from it? How does it feel like for you guys?
I think it's our idea of the quality of music. We have a very strong idea of, what music should feel and sound like. And that's what we go for most when we're writing and we're creating and working with producers and laying out the music. And that's really where we want to come from with all our ideas. It's not that we're trying to outdo anybody or compare ourselves to people in our family. We just want to make music that we feel and that we can really appreciate and feel proud sharing with others. So that's really where it starts,
Yeah. We don't,
Amazing.
we love their music.
Yeah, and they're
Just like
inspiring. If anything, it just
they just showed us that it's a lot of hard work, and they gave us some tips.
Absolutely. And could you share with the listeners who are so excited to see you guys any big tips, like two or three that you've picked up from your family?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not overnight
independence.
success.
I think
It's not.
I think, yeah, you kind of being in charge of yourself is the best way to go. It's so hard to find people to trust in this business, especially.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
that every time we try to merge with someone to expound and grow and get a major situation, it usually
distorted things.
Yeah, it usually was at the cause of somebody doing shady business. So
Wow.
every artist coming into this business, you should really try to stay as hands-on as possible and as independent as possible, because sometimes people don't have the best interest.
And keep your hand in everything. Like when it comes to your accounting, your lawyer, don't close your eyes in any area. Like,
and don't assume there's another level that's going to feel different.
Exactly.
If you're not satisfied with your art,
your music
that's
out,
the biggest
that's
one.
That's the biggest accomplishment that you are really experience. I mean, it's cool to feel like you can live off of something you feel good doing, but the most thing that you need to have in your heart coming into this business is it's about just sharing your music with others.
Yeah.
It's not about trying to make a living, because that's never really what you're guaranteed. You know?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And that was one of the reasons why I connected with you guys, especially online, was the fact that I'm an independent artist. I've just released my debut EP. I'm a TV researcher as well, but my passion is music. And I know that we were talking about being independent, and you guys are independent as well. So my question is, would you ever sign to a major, because it's working out so well, you being independent and having that autonomy over your music, and as you mentioned, with all the sharks in the industry. So I guess, what was that deciding factor of you being independent, and would you ever, what would that deal look like if you ever did decide to do a major? Because obviously you don't need it.
I want to go first. So my bit is that as long as we are able to stay in control of our sound.
Oh, wait, which one are you answering first? Because she kind of asked two questions there.
Eddie.
I personally would be willing to sign a deal if we could still
the right
have
situation,
the control over our look and our music, because that's really important. And to feel supported, as far as the outcome, the release, and everything like that.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what she's saying, I feel like, and we kind of answered backwards, but it's good, we'll go back. But yeah, fun, like if how we feel about approaching like a major situation, as long as like their vision is aligning with ours, and we kind of all are agreeing, I think it could be a beautiful situation. But I feel like that's kind of and then to go back to the first question, I feel like that's kind of what stopped us from signing with a major so far, is that it was completely different, just two different ways of thinking, and we could never kind of, and it's like one thing would be compromised, whether it was like the business or the music, and you definitely can't compromise the music, so I feel like that's very important.
No.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, just incredible, and the music, and I know that there's a new single that's coming out as well, that's out already, called Blocked, and then we obviously have the other single which is out May 27th, Lost for Words. Yeah, could you tell me a little bit more about that? What was the inspiration behind that? What can we anticipate?
I feel like everybody can relate this song.
You're not
It's our baby. When it comes to relationships, we've all had these experiences where there is something being kept from you, and you found out in an extraordinary weird anyway, in a weird way, basically, for you to go through something with someone where you're kind of having to look at where they're going.
Exactly.
They're kind of telling you,
or they're moving.
Really
they're moving.
Exactly. Those situations. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually because someone's being deceitful and they're keeping something really detrimental to the relationship. So that's what this song is about.
Yeah, they're trying to convince you that you're crazy.
And then you find out.
Oh, see, that's gaslighting.
There's just no words for what I'm looking at.
No words. Well, I can't wait to hear all of that.
It's the person's so different from what you know them to be. And they may have like a life, they may even have a child.
They have a different family.
You know what I mean? And so these things happen,
Wow.
So
I mean, it happens, and it's in your music, and it's in your writing, and You know, is that where you guys live as artists? Like I've interviewed a lot of songwriters along with you guys, like Crystal Nicole in a few episodes ago. She's written for Rihanna, etc. And she really treats her writing like a diary. So would you say that it's easy to access that kind of personal side in your writing because you guys are talking about it all, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
Yeah, we have.
I'm a very much like introvert. Like I barely talk. Like probably my own system. There's certain things like I just keep private. So be able to put it in a song and really just get it out, like it's very therapeutic.
Absolutely.
You get a lot off your chest when you're writing.
Yes.
I think if your music comes from a personal experience, it's gonna feel like your baby when it goes out to the world.
Yeah.
That's the funnest part. Is like, oh, I thought this up.
And also the scary.
Yeah. I know. I was about to say, do you ever think whenever you hear people singing it back to you, like, oh, I wish I, but no, it must feel like a sense of relief to get it out.
It feels like that's what you do it for. Is to see people.
Amazing. And do you ever have writer's block for all the singers and songwriters that are listening that may be stuck? What do you do if you ever feel a sense of writer's block when you're writing your music? Or do you ever go through it?
Something different with your life. Just experience something, you know?
I personally just accept it, right? I feel like you have writer's block when you want to say something that's very painful, but you don't want it to be out there. So
are you guys listening out there? This is Jules gifts for being told.
Thank you so much. And then also I would say, because typically I feel like another like kind of direction or point of view on what writer block kind of causes, it kind of your mind to be like kind of closed. So I would go and I would listen to like different kinds of genres of music. Like when I'm feeling like kind of like too stuck, I'll go listen to like the Gypsy Kings, or I'll go listen. What's this music? Kate Bush. Like,
I love Kate Bush.
Baby, you've been listening to the radio a little bit. Go somewhere else.
Very true. No, I really love that. I love listening to almost genres that can seemingly be opposite. But that's what I love about you guys, to be honest, because when I was first getting into you guys like years ago, it was so indie. Like I'm from London, born and raised. But your style and the bouffants, I know you guys had the bouffants at the time, and that was so Ronnie Spector. Yeah, like your indie vibe, it crosses over, you know, and coming from that rock space, because I had like a rock radio show, and now this is like primarily rock like space. You know, a lot of indie people were listening to you guys, and R&B as well. So is that something that you guys are very mindful of in terms of reaching all audiences, or is that just what you naturally do because you listen to everything? Like you talk about Kate Bush, like I love Kate Bush.
And we wanted people to like it.
Exactly.
Oh, we love it. Like you guys are awesome. Like you've got fans here.
Yeah, we make it because it feels good, and this kind of we're eclectic.
That's what music is,
and we listen to a lot of different stuff. So if we like it, then it's good for us.
Yeah.
But if other people like it, we just get a kick out of it. It's great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's lovely to people like feel the same way you do.
Yeah.
They're kind of getting it and they're relating to you.
Yeah,
so because
people don't just listen to one kind of music. You know, you want to believe genres that you can't cross, but a lot of people have their favorites, and
we listen to so much, and that's what we want to bring out in our music. It's just a little bit of everything, you know, because that's what inspires you. And instrumentation, I think, definitely, like you were mentioning, you know, all the artists that really go forward with the instrumentation. I think that's what will loosen up your different melodies and allow you to feel what's inside of you. Rather than to suppress it, you know, just listening to what you think you should be saying rather than what's really coming out of you. I say instrumentals. Yeah, that's why it's great that you
100%. Yeah.
Really go for the instrumentation, because when you sit back and you just listen to music, that's when you mind opening up and really allowing you to tell your own story. Because back to the technology, like we're always in our phones. You don't get time to really hear ourselves. Loosen that up and listen to yourself. That'll give you
very true. And is that how you guys write? I mean, is it the melody first, or is it when you hear like an instrumental, do you start writing, or do the
All right.
words come first?
I think it
It
varies.
comes, you know what? It comes in different
It's one way for
ways.
me, but I'll let you go first.
You just gotta accept it however it comes.
You say
right?
how you do it.
Wow.
I get ideas in my head, like I'll hear something. I'll
Yeah.
hear a melody, or I'll hear some lyrics, and I'll just start expressing it. You
Oh,
know,
that's so cool.
it first, and sometimes it comes with lyrics first, but it's always either or.
I feel like I'm like a female Jay-Z. I just freestyle everything.
Ooh, no pen, no paper, just in the booth. Like, I love it. I love it.
I used to write like words first, but I don't know why. Since I've been like freestyling, I don't know, as a writer, like I kind of got trapped in that way of doing it, and now it's kind of like hard first. But I think if you can, sometimes I guess people, if you're writing a very like lyrical song, and anybody that writes songs will know that if it's a song where you're trying to push a certain meaning, sometimes you do it first. But yeah, freestyle is the
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to say that's where a lot of my songs kick off is listening to either an idea that's in my head and freestyling it out, and then
you go back over and
Yeah.
perfect.
and that's
That's
usually
amazing. Well, it's working. And what's your favorite song, I guess, to perform live, would you say?
goodness. I love performing blocks. I love performing daily,
Dailies.
and I'm gonna love performing Lost Words. We haven't performed it really yet, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Lost-
yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
We haven't
Oh,
officially
block
recorded it.
performing.
We haven't
Yeah, that
officially
was-
recorded it, but there's this song called Begging.
Oh
and
my
we
God.
always include it in our
I like the sound already. Okay.
It's a song
We
by
like
the Jersey
guitar
Boys,
songs.
and it's been recut
We will one day.
so many times.
Okay. And you mentioned to me also that you've got an up. Ooh, okay. And you mentioned to me that you've got an upcoming EP as well.
Yes.
Yes, that drops in June. Do we have a name just yet, or are we going to be anxiously waiting?
So, because we want to.
We're introducing ourselves,
Exactly.
so yeah.
We just want to make.
Ooh. It's a reintroduction. I love that. I love that. I love that. I mean, it's just that, talent just runs all the way in your bloodline. And I noticed, I think a few weeks ago, you posted a clip of your beloved grandfather, of his interview talking about songwriting and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely is, especially when it comes to business. I think he was one of the first to establish his own record label and to have that power and knowledge about the music business. So he definitely is inspiring to us, and we take a lot from him. And as far as our music sound, like I think when it comes to using every instrument in the book, we definitely
That
his way in that. In that kind of
No, 100%. And I'm really making sure that isn't the focal point of this interview, because you ladies deserve to shine all on your own star. But if I could just geek out for one moment, would I tell you about the prejudice, ladies, that I have faced in TV, where I'm very often the only black woman? When I listen to A Change Is Gonna Come, I just feel like your grandfather, like, you can do it. You can do this thing. So I was just like so honored, like, let me talk to his grandbabies and let them know that your grandfather, like, his music I listen to constantly. And if I could just say this one thing, I was listening to his music and I literally was like, who wrote this? Like, I know he writes, like, I realized he wrote every single song. I was like, I need to step my pen up. I will go into the studio myself. I could write this myself, since Sam Cooke wrote this on his own. So, just that. And I just encourage everyone listening, please do your homework. I've just heard of another artist in America, Jack, I think his name is, that didn't know who Brandy was or whatever. Do your research, listen to the greats.
We gotta school him, we gotta teach him.
You gotta school them, because you even if you're not in a particular genre, do the history. And I think a lot of the time with black entertainers, people forget the legacy of certain things. Like, without Little Richard, you wouldn't get the Beatles. Even without your grandfather, I'm sorry, you wouldn't have 60%. No, let's just say 85% of the current industry. And I think it's very, even, I always watch these documentaries about like an Elvis and they're great as well. But it's, you can't compare, you can't compare what Sam Cooke brought, But anyway, I'm so
You
proud of
said
you guys and what you guys have achieved. Like we could just like I'll just really go there. Like honestly, rock and roll was the house that black people built. Um, but when I think about collaborations, pivoting, um, when I think about collaborations, what would your dream collaboration be? Because I don't know, I think you guys would really fit with like
well,
Beyonce.
I personally have a dream. This is my dream.
Okay.
That
Be manifesting.
of Austin Powers, and it's with the Womack Sisters.
She's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about vocal.
Okay, so
Or
like
like
a movie
a power-
collaboration.
Eh, Okay, so who do you want to collaborate with?
In the musically.
Musically, I didn't catch the name.
Oh, she was saying that like a movie collaboration.
Oh, my movie
We
collaboration.
love like Powers.
Ooh,
We love
I like that.
they put out.
Yes.
And so she wants to do like the Austin Powers
That
kind
would-
of
that's
like
That
my
would
dream.
be amazing.
image.
I see it. I actually see it. Because you look like actors as well as singers. I like that. Okay, so Hollywood, listen, we got some actors here. Okay, ring them. Amazing. Okay, so we got the acting dream. Let's manifest. But also if you had to work with a particular producer, who would you want to, or even artists? Is there any you could work with anybody?
Oh my God, I am so impressed and so taken with his
Yeah.
creativity.
Definitely.
He's
Yeah.
amazing, and
I
I'm so
second
inspired.
that. Kendrick Lamar.
Hands down,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
love that as well. She's amazing.
Sorry, who was that? I couldn't hear you. Doja Cat.
Oh, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
And then as a producer, I was like, there's somebody on the tip of my tongue. Hang on. Okay, do the other artist. Do the other artist. I said Doja Cat,
Oh.
Nicki Minaj.
I would love to work with
Yeah, we would actually.
Leon Bridges. He's
Yeah.
really talented. I
Yeah.
would love to work with Pharrell.
And I
Kanye.
really love Masego. I've been listening to
Oh my
Masego like
God.
crazy.
Oh, the horns. Yes, definitely. I see you working with all of those people. Doja Cat as well. Oh my goodness.
Inspired
That
by
would be wonderful.
so respected.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's a queen.
Legend.
And
Yes.
just for, you know,
So anyone listening, tweet Doja Cat that this needs to happen. We
Yeah.
need to push, support our talent. We need to push.
I see it.
Really?
Yes,
Yes.
we need to tweet hashtag Womack Sisters Doja
Yes.
Cat collaboration. Let's make it happen. Be
Yeah.
active. We need to be active with pushing our talent. Okay. So that's incredible. I actually see that working, and I love the whole gold member nostalgia, Austin Powers. I think that's incredible as well. Okay, guys. Well, I mean that concludes, I think, the interview. But I've just had so much fun, and you guys are great. So if you could just let us know what we can look out for. We got the EP coming. Can we anticipate some shows? I know with the pandemic it put everything in a hold. But are there any shows, or are we in studio mode?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're in promotion mode, so I guess we're
Yeah.
gonna be going around to like
And
stuff.
we're
performing.
rehearsing our own band. We did a show in Oakland recently, and we did a house band, and it was cool and stuff. But there's nothing like when you hit the road with your band that you've been rehearsing with all
Yeah.
month, and the shit is just everybody knows their parts. So that's the thing that I'm looking forward to. We're gonna get some guys. The people we usually work with actually are part of a group. They're really in the UK, and so they're out there doing their thing, and they're our bass player and guitar player.
Yeah,
So
so we're gonna
we
be going on the road soon though.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Love it.
some people. Yeah, we took time and we really got into the EP and perfected it. But now that we did that, I would say we're pretty much good on the studio for it now. So I would say we're definitely gonna be hitting the road soon.
Oh, yeah,
Just
we have a lot of
finding the
songs.
right situation with when we can start getting rolling.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of
you guys will
course.
definitely update everybody.
Keep updating.
Right?
Please update. I will spread those dates. You guys are amazing. And please let me know when you're in London. I would love to do an in-person interview.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
definitely. Oh no, amazing. Just much success with everything you guys are doing. It's so well deserved. It's so inspiring to see how hard you guys work. Guys, everyone listening, as you know, the Womack Sisters are one of the hardest working bands out. They just
Oh,
are.
wow.
They don't take anything lightly. They have a legacy where they could just chill, and they don't. They graft, and they're just so amazingly talented. And I love your Fleetwood Mac cover as well.
Yeah,
That
we
was
love
incredible. I was like, oh, the vocals. Oh my god, it was.
Yeah, and yeah, London is our home, so when we come out there, we're definitely gonna see you in person.
right. We gotta hang out.
It's recorded now. We have to hang out. We have to go. I'll show you guys all of the nice concert venues. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. Okay, okay, guys. This is the
Thank
thank you, the Womack Sisters, Erica James Show podcast.